Hi, everybody, and welcome back as we take a look back at Arch Madness in the 2020 season. The Braves have already beaten the Salukis of Southern Illinois. They've beaten the Drake Bulldogs, the Salukis for the third time, by the way, in the season. The Drake Bulldogs in the semifinal game, and then Valparaiso scored in their last possession to beat Missouri State, which meant the Braves would take on Valparaiso in the championship game. And that's what we'll look at. Can they win the back-to-back for the first time in Arch Madness? Joining us is head coach Brian Wardle, assistant coach Jimmy Foster, my broadcast partner, Chad Klein, the now veteran of Bradley Broadcast. Coach, Valparaiso. This was a team we had two games against, two different games, but this was the one that counted. And you played them not too long before this on the road.
Yeah, well, first, this is the championship, the final video we do of the recap of the tournament. So I got to make sure I put my championship hat on that my kids love to wear at games for this one, if that's okay, guys. And,
that's great. Very stylish.
Yeah.
Does it fit?
I don't know.
I think it does.
Remember, we used to wear these up like
no.
Jimmy, was it late '80s, the early '90s we did this, or
early '90s was when the bucket hats was really hot.
Yeah, we're obviously going into Sunday. Very excited. I think it really did help us. What you said, Dave, was that Valpo kind of embarrassed us at their place, and we did not play very well. But they shot the daylights out of the ball. I think they made. What were they, Jimmy? You said 18 or what?
18 to 28, 63%.
And it was probably, 2 weeks ago, a week and a half ago before we played them on Sunday. So that game, I think our guys remembered. So that helped us. And, the hard part was Sunday and Saturday. Everybody's like, oh, you guys are going to win this. You're going to win this because we were probably the favorites going into Sunday. There is no favorites in Arch Madness. There isn't. It's 3 games in 3 days or 4 games in 4 days. Doesn't matter. Anything can happen, and the hottest team usually can win. And we felt really good, obviously, coming into the tournament. We were healthy, playing well, and one Friday, one Saturday. And we felt good, but Valpo was feeling really good.
Yeah, they were playing out of their minds for those first 3 games of the tournament.
And their seniors were playing great, and our seniors were playing great. So anything can happen in this game. But, yeah, Valpo went 18 for 28. It's always a hard arena to play in. I've coached there for pretty much my whole career. Really hard to play there and win. But I think we were number one in guarding the 3 all year in the league. I think we finished that way too. We guarded the 3-point line very, very well. I think they were 9 or 10 shooting the 3, and they just shot us out of the gym in that game. And I was so upset after the game. That's where my staff, having consistency and great guys, they're like, Coach, calm down. They shot the daylights out of it. We probably didn't play as bad as we think. And we probably didn't play, they played great. And when we watched the film back, we said, okay, if we do these things, we could probably guard them a little bit better and definitely play them a little bit better the next time.
That was called an outlier.
That's what you hope. But you never know. The way they were playing in the tournament, it wasn't. They kind of got hot after our game a little bit.
Hey, Jimmy, can you speak to the scout for this? I mean, Coach talked about it. They knocked down 18 threes in the last game you played them. Freeman Liberty, I think, had 29 points the night before. I mean, what was the scout going into this of what you wanted to force them to do?
Well, as we go into it, we're thinking about, what they did to us. We wanted to eliminate some of their seniors, Fazekas and Kaiser, from shooting threes because Kaiser was playing really well in the tournament, as seniors do. And then Freeman Liberty was a guy that's kind of their X factor that can shoot the 3. He can get it going because he can get hot. And we wanted to make sure we do a great job of keeping those guys out of the paint. They did a lot of motion offense, so they wanted to kind of keep it moving, keep all of us shifting a little bit. So we try to create so they can create gaps for drives or shooters. So we just had to make sure we had to do a good job and protect the paint and protect each other and run them off the line when they had to shoot threes.
One of the things that I want to point out before we start the video is that at the beginning of the Missouri Valley Conference schedule, you were without Eli, Daryl, Tevanainen missed the Indiana State game because of some
respiratory
issues. And that gave you a chance to develop even more depth and getting playing time with your team. And when you're playing 3 games in 3 days and they're playing 4, depth and knowing that you can go to certain guys at different times, I think was a huge advantage. And that's a testament to your entire team.
Yeah, I mean, it's important, like you said, Dave. And definitely when the night before, I think I was able to get my starters and main guys out with maybe 2 or 3 minutes to go in the Drake game. And I believe they were in overtime at Missouri State the night before. So all that, kind of matters. But really, when you get to Sunday and you feel that energy, we talk about the energy in the semis on Saturday. Sunday is a whole nother level in the hotel from breakfast. When you wake up, guys don't sleep good. They're anxious. There's short turnaround because you play right away in the afternoon on CBS. And it's really who's got enough in them, who's going to mentally get through it. Because physically, you're pretty much shot, to be quite honest. I mean, the coaches are tired. The players are tired. It's all who can stay mentally tough and focused. And I was just very proud of how our guys did it. And we're going to show a segment starting here right now, 51-51, and kind of how we open the game up right here in the last 10 minutes. Get Elijah a touch, see if they guard him one-on-one. Here comes the double, and another great skip. Quick one more.
How many passes were there in that? I mean, the ball movement on that possession, probably 5, 6 passes.
Yeah, and again, Nate's shot fake. We're working on shot fakes right now with our team, but Elijah passed out of the double team so well this whole tournament, all year. And that's when you miss him for 2 months. He draws 2. Great players draw 2 on offense. And that's what he did for us all tournament. Yeah, and Jimmy, you can tell him how we went to the 3-2 and what we thought about it going into the game too.
Because this is even a variation from what you normally do with the 2-3, right?
No, we played 3-2, but we thought the night before that we could definitely use it in this game with their motion, their 5-out motion that Jimmy talked about. We thought let's see how it looks early in the game, and see if it confuses them a little bit.
And just to go back on this last play, Daryl did a great job of pushing the ball in transition, creating a little bit of confusion, and be able to skip and lose Relay, which at the end of the day, he hits a shot and make them call a timeout. Every coach loves those guys that have on your team to make a coach call a timeout because he hit the deep 3.
Yeah, you love those snipers that can make coaches mad on the other sideline.
So they call a timeout here, and then we come out and go man. So they try to get adjusted to our zone, and then we flip it and go man.
Good block there. Good help.
And that's Clay. Valpo got some talented young players too, just like everyone in our league. Well coached. Matt does a great job. And that's Elijah knowing he's a driver, playing personnel. And then Koch had a great rotation there for a block, which led to another timeout. So we're baseline out of bounds right now, up 5. We got to make sure we get a stop here, and we're talking about what they're going to run, if there's any blobs that we're worried about. And Koch comes up huge again with a block, but there's where Daryl needs to block out. Freeman, who is an excellent rebounding guard, gets us on an offensive rebound.
Just don't want him taking over a game. And I think defensively, there was an excellent job done on him.
One thing about go back to the last game that they played at their place, they had three or four guys in double figures. And then in this game, it was one guy in double figures. It was him with 24 points, but he got a lot of points late.
Yeah.
And we want to make him a jump shooter, but Jimmy said it earlier, keep him out of the paint. Their 3-point shots come from good motion, but paint touch, driving kick opportunities, and Freeman's definitely a paint touch guy. So free throw, we're calling something. We're going to execute something that's been working for us all weekend or working in that game. Here, little back screen, ball screen.
Dribble all the way around.
Great hockey dribble by Nate. That's practice now, that dribble. The patience of not forcing the shot layup, dribbling under the rim.
It basically lulls the defender to sleep.
It does. And you're kind of probing to see who's open, if there's a breakdown. And then we were able to go zone on that make. And you can see we're keying on Kaiser 33 and 35. They're shooters. We got to know where they are in the zone. There's Koch. Run them off the three.
Yeah. Physique is definitely a set shooter. Make him put it down one time. His percentages drop huge.
Something out here on the defensive end of the court. Bradley's doing about whatever they want to. Childs cross court.
There it is again.
Yep.
Double team.
Passing out of the double team.
Nate shot faking his quickness.
Now we're back in man. So on a miss, we were jumping man. It's hard to go zone on misses when you don't do it a whole lot. We want that shot. We got to block out. Perfect.
They were starting to get desperate. You could feel the kind of the momentum. That was kind of a forced shot, really not his strength.
But it's a 2-possession game. So right now, I'm never comfortable. The staff really isn't. So we got to come out and get something here. Get a good switch. Here's a little ball screen action for Daryl.
To the basket.
If he'd had that back, he would have loved to hit Koch there. He missed Koch, but you know what? He had such a great tournament. We want him shooting the ball too. Little fall away there. So we're liking the shots we're getting. Nate shot, wide open three. Daryl, open pull up. We're feeling good. But now, do we go zone? Do we go man on the timeout? Well, we're going to go to our zone that's been working for us. That's a mistake. Right, Jimmy?
But look at the fly. I mean,
we don't ever want to give up that high post touch so easy and give a shot to one of their best 3-point shooters. But it was great hustle. Get out there and
2 plays right in a row by Jashawn, one with the fly and then follow-up miss on the other end.
Yeah, I mean, and a high-energy guy. You guys know that. The flyby on Ezekiel in the corner to make him miss that 3 and then the offense. But that's our break right there. I love Daryl's pass to Elijah there in the post. I mean, we were getting post touches right now, which I love.
that's one of the things we focus in on in practice is coaches make fun of us, players may make fun of us, called a push step. And that's when you really need to come in and detail-wise. Daryl push step and kept him from driving baseline. Forced the turnover.
Been called for an offensive foul there, too.
So we're sitting here 5 minutes, 3-possession game, up 7. You can kind of feel it in the building. Chad, I don't know. Were you more nervous than Dave right now? Live?
No, actually, yeah, probably.
There we go.
Big shot.
Got the switch we wanted.
Of course, we told him to bank it in, and we'll be happy. So Daryl did it for us. So that was nice of him.
Now they start rushing a little bit.
Yep. Look, watch Jay Hen. He's not going to leave that shooter in the corner. Belay knows who the shooters are. Very smart defender. He'll back off non-shooters. He'll be out on the big shooters. There it is, flyby. Good contest. Elijah, huge block. Big block right there.
Timeout, 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 timeout.
He was going to jack it.
He was going to jack it, man. We saw Nate.
I like his reaction,
I
too.
love the reaction right here. It's like, dude, come on.
Well, when you have good players, it can overcome bad coaching. That's what that timeout was right there.
No, I thought that was a great timeout.
I don't know. It's great. I don't know. I'd rather let my players loose there and get up possibly 12.
Now, I also know what happens on the other side of this, so it worked out to be a great timeout.
No, it did. And we knew here's the thing you got to understand. We're talking about if they jump man or zone, and we run roamer, a play we love, and we work on that lob pass in that set play all the time.
So if they're cheating up like that, you're looking for that?
So you got Elijah and Jay Hen on the blocks, and you got Belay running the baseline against their 1-3-1. So we were prepared for their zone just because when you play 3 games in 3 days, you gotta anticipate possibly a zone coming.
Yeah.
From the opponent, like we did, because you're tired, you're fatigued, foul trouble, things can happen in 3 games in 3 days. Well, every time out, we pretty much call a man or a zone play, and we called roamer there, and Daryl just throws a perfect diagonal lob to Jay Hen, and that's something we have worked on and got all season long. So that's a huge play. We go up 11, under 4, and after that, you guys know the rest is kind of history with that. So it was great. It was a great momentum changing from a tie game to up 11 quickly. Kind of put it away for us.
Jimmy, the scout on the game and the game plan with the win. Was there anything in particular that the players executed as far as the scout that excelled?
But one of the things with them being a motion team, we always focus in on tendencies. Like again, we talked about Fazikis have 18 points on his last time at their place, and we wanted to limit his shot attempts, run him off the fence, make him play in the yard. If Freeman tries to get loose, he's going to take multiple shots to get 20. He's going to take 20 shots to get it, and he took a lot of shots. And we wanted to make sure we did a good job of just contesting every shot as much as possible. So taking away some of their tendencies, like if somebody likes to go right hand, we want to take that and get in gaps a little bit more. If they can't shoot, if they're not a great shooter, we had to do a good job of just playing how we want to play under the ball screen if we're going over or under certain individuals. So I thought our guys did a great job of just executing tendencies in that moment.
Coach, I believe there were 8,000 people from Peoria at that game, Bradley fans, from all over the place, not only from Peoria, but everywhere. And
Yeah.
that was noticeable.
Yeah, I mean, we felt it. And it was just great to, people the year before could say, oh, it was a fluke. We knew we were a good team the year before too, and we could win the tournament. This just proved it again. You take away the injuries and illnesses we had this season, we could have been a lot different seed and a lot different record, better. So we felt confident coming in, and no matter who we played, it didn't matter. People were like, did you like how it fell into play? It doesn't matter. We're ready to play anybody. And just play Bradley basketball. It's got to be more about you. Like Jimmy said, you're not going to change who you are and all the game plans and go over a million plays or all that. It's a lot of tendencies and just playing smart as a basketball player in every situation you have. And our guys were smart. We made free throws. We got the ball inside out. We did a lot of good things that we've been doing down the stretch of that year when we got healthy and got everyone in their rotation. So it was fun to see. And, this year is going to be interesting with COVID. Obviously, 3 days after this, everything got shut down. And we were expecting another Selection Sunday celebration with our fans. And we were probably going to be a higher seed. I felt really good about this team being able to win games in the tournament. And obviously, the pandemic broke out. So this has been fun, to be quite honest, rehashing these games before.
We didn't have a chance to do a closeout interview with you last year. So.
And right, Jimmy, we were talking about it. Mike, Drew, Jimmy, and I were talking. We kind of got our juices flowing today. We were, preparing this a little bit and getting ready for it. And we got an exciting team this year, versatile team. We got a long ways to go. We're not at this level yet when it comes to playing smart, but we can definitely make a lot of plays and hopefully put ourselves in just position to win Friday night and just get to Saturday. I think that's the biggest thing. You just want to get to Saturday and kind of see what happens from there.
Chad noticed this. I think we both did. We got a little teary-eyed when the MVP was announced and you took him out of the game for what was the last time in his career. And the embrace that you had with Darryl Brown, who wound up finishing 5th all-time on the Bradley scoring list, which is incredible. But that moment was so emotional, I'm sure not only for the two of you and what you'd been through, but for everybody on national television and in that arena to see that. It gives me chills now just thinking about it.
Yeah, that's what it's all about. It's been fun. We've had Darryl around for a couple days here in Peoria recently, getting his pro career going. It's obviously stalled because of COVID a little bit, but he's doing well right now. And, for your seniors, you want your seniors to have moments in this tournament and be remembered. And Darryl will always be remembered. I mean, Nate, Koch, the same way. Those three were just staples of our program of consistency, of smart basketball players that could make plays and win. And ultimately, players want to go down as winners, I think. And Darryl obviously did that. And that was just a moment for him. He backed it up, obviously, going into the tournament. He put some words out publicly.
Yeah.
And if you do that,
you better back it up.
And he did it. And I was very, very just proud of him that he was able to do that, perform at that level in that moment, for sure.
Chad, you wore the uniform. What does back-to-back championships mean to you as a former player that won a championship and then watch it done from the seat that we have?
Well, as I get older, I find I get more emotional. So, like, I'm the guy that sits for one shining moment, and I'll start tearing up for one shining moment because you just see everything that goes in. Shut up, Jimmy. I see you down there. I mean, you see what goes into it, and all the work, all the fighting, everything. You're just trying to become your best, and that was the unfortunate thing about this is it. And not just for Bradley, but a lot of teams last year, is it was taken away from them, and that you had a real good shot of going deep in the NCAA, and people I don't think realize that because you were playing very well. You had survived the injuries. You had gone through a lot, and really had come together as a group and a team, and gone through some difficult times, and just came out better as a result of it. We're playing your best basketball. But for me personally, I've told this to many people. I'm a homer. I mean, I try to be objective in the games and tell it like it is, but at the same time, I'm a homer. So whenever I see Bradley do well, I am excited. So that's what it means.
Chad, I'm not trying to make fun of you at all.
You're trying too.
Chad,
you're trying too.
You're in the back behind the scenes with us all the time. So
Yeah.
you see the preparation, you see the day in and day out work. And so like anytime you have a tear in your eye, it's deserving because you're there on the grind with us as well.
Jimmy, he used to watch you practice our first year at Bradley, and
He should have been really crying then.
that's what Chad.
A different tear in my eye. Oh my gosh.
In year one, I remember Chad like, "Are we gonna ever win games, Coach?"
Well, I did notice there was a definite improvement once Jimmy quit practicing with the team.
That was only because of the scooter.
So
Retire the scooter. Retire the scooter. Guys, this has been fun to look back, and many of the guys that are starting to play this year were members of the scout team that were a big part of that as well, and the recruits that you had and the people coming in. When they see this and take a look at what Bradley basketball is all about, for the fans, to everybody connected with the team, how much it means, and that's got to be something that is a goal for them to experience as well.
Well, and just one final comment on that. I got to tell you, Coach, I really appreciate having been able to come to more practices. I know Jimmy throws that in my face this year already that, hey, we coming to practice. But one of the practices you said, look up on the wall. I'm going to put a spotlight up there on a blank spot because these other spots for championships, that's not you. You got to earn yours. And, as a former player, as someone who's gotten that championship with Bradley, that meant a lot of, make your own future, make your own destiny, but that comes with a lot of hard work, and no doubt you're putting it in.
no, pressure is a privilege, and we want pressure, we want expectations, and we embrace them, and we have them. We had them a couple years ago. We have them at a high level now, and that's a privilege. So embrace that privilege, work hard. Expect to have high expectations every day of yourself, of the program, because it's our championship behaviors will lead to championships, and that's ultimately you got to redo it every year, reteach it every year, and create those habits. So I appreciate your time, guys. This was a lot of fun. Thanks, Jason, Tim, behind the scenes. Thanks for making this happen, man. And Foss, good to have you on. Dave, Chad, thank you so much.
Look forward to starting a new one soon.
It's great. We thank everybody for joining us for this series. It's been a lot of fun, and we hope that you have enjoyed it. You are the backbone of Bradley basketball, the Bradley fans. Follow this team, and we'll see if there's a championship coming just around the corner. Thanks, everybody. Thanks to Mike Bargan, Jimmy Foster, Drew Adams that provided the commentary, of course, head coach Brian Wardle, and my broadcast partner, Chad Klein, who will join us again for Bradley basketball this season. Thanks, everyone, and have a great day.